Imagine floating beyond Earth, surrounded by endless darkness, where silence has always been considered the true language of space. But what if that silence is hiding something far more mysterious? What if the planets around us are not completely quiet? What if every world in our solar system has its own strange voice, a collection of terrifying sounds created by storms, magnetic fields, and powerful cosmic forces? Space itself cannot carry sound the way Earth's atmosphere does. There is no air for ordinary sound waves to travel through. But scientists have discovered that planets and moons produce vibrations, electromagnetic signals, and pressure waves that can be converted into sounds humans can hear. When these signals are transformed into audio, they reveal something incredible. Every planet has a unique cosmic soundtrack. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, produces some of the most powerful sounds ever recorded. Its enormous magnetic field creates intense radio emissions that, when converted into sound, become deep, haunting waves. These strange noises seem like echoes from a giant world filled with invisible energy. The planet's massive storms, including the famous Great Red Spot, represent forces so powerful that they are beyond anything experienced on Earth. Saturn has its own mysterious voice. Its magnetic environment creates eerie radio waves that sound like strange whistles and rising tones. These signals are connected to the planet's powerful auroras and magnetic activity. Imagine standing near Saturn's rings, surrounded by a world where invisible forces create a natural cosmic symphony. Mars tells a different story. The red planet is not loud, but its thin atmosphere changes how sound moves. A sound recorded on Mars would be quieter and deeper than the same sound on Earth. The wind would whisper differently, and a simple movement could feel distant and unfamiliar. Mars sounds like a forgotten world, carrying the memories of an ancient. Space isn't completely silent. Although sound cannot travel through the vacuum of space, planets produce electromagnetic waves, plasma vibrations, and pressure signals that scientists can convert into sounds humans can hear. For generations, people have imagined space as a place of complete silence, an endless ocean of darkness where nothing can ever be heard. In reality, this idea is only partly true. Sound, as we know it on Earth, needs a medium such as air, water, or another material to travel. Since the vacuum of space contains almost no matter, ordinary sound waves cannot move from one planet to another. If an astronaut were floating outside a spacecraft without radio communication, even a nearby explosion would be silent. However, this does not mean the universe is completely quiet. Planets, stars, and even the sun constantly produce electromagnetic waves, plasma vibrations, and magnetic disturbances. These signals are invisible to our ears, but can be detected by scientific instruments aboard spacecraft. Researchers convert these signals into audible frequencies through a process called sonification, allowing us to hear what would otherwise remain hidden. The results are both fascinating and unsettling. Some planetary sounds resemble deep roars, while others create eerie whistles, haunting hums, or crackling noises that seem almost supernatural. These sounds are not fictional effects created for entertainment. They are based on real scientific data collected during space missions. They remind us that although space may appear silent to human ears, it is actually filled with invisible energy, constant motion, and mysterious cosmic activity that continues throughout the universe. Every planet has a unique cosmic voice. Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Venus, and Earth each generate different types of signals, creating eerie and fascinating soundscapes based on their atmospheres, magnetic fields, and environmental conditions. Every planet has its own unique environment, and that means every world creates a different collection of electromagnetic signals and vibrations. When scientists convert these signals into sounds that humans can hear, each planet reveals a distinctive cosmic voice unlike any other. Jupiter produces some of the most powerful and unsettling sounds in the solar system. Its immense magnetic field generates intense radio emissions that become deep, echoing roars and crackling waves when transformed into audio. Saturn offers a completely different experience, with mysterious whistles and rhythmic pulses linked to its magnetic field and brilliant auroras. Mars has a thin atmosphere that changes how sound behaves, making noises softer, lower in pitch, and more distant than they would be on Earth. Venus, hidden beneath thick clouds and extreme atmospheric pressure, creates an environment where any sound would travel in unusual ways, adding to the planet's mysterious character. Even Earth has its own cosmic signature, produced by interactions between its magnetic field and the charged particles streaming from the Sun. These remarkable planetary soundscapes are more than strange recordings. They reveal the unique personality of each world. Together, they show that the planets of our solar system are not silent objects drifting through space, but dynamic worlds filled with invisible energy, constant activity, and fascinating natural phenomena waiting to be explored. The science behind space sounds. Spacecraft equipped with specialized instruments detect radio waves and charged particle interactions, allowing scientists to transform these invisible signals into audible audio. The mysterious sounds of space are not captured by ordinary microphones, because the vacuum between planets does not allow sound waves to travel the way they do on Earth. Instead, spacecraft carry highly sensitive scientific instruments that detect electromagnetic waves, radio emissions, plasma oscillations, and magnetic field fluctuations. These invisible signals are produced by interactions between solar wind, planetary atmospheres, magnetic fields, and charged particles moving through space. Although humans cannot hear these frequencies naturally, scientists use a process called sonification to translate them into audible sounds. During this process, the original scientific data is carefully converted into frequencies within the range of human hearing, while preserving the patterns and intensity of the signals. This allows researchers to listen to space in a meaningful scientific way. NASA and other space agencies have used this technique to analyze data from missions exploring planets, moons, and even the regions surrounding the Sun. The resulting sounds often resemble eerie whistles, haunting hums, rhythmic pulses, or deep crackling noises. These recordings are not created for dramatic effect. They're based on real measurements collected by spacecraft. By transforming invisible cosmic activity into sound, scientists gain another powerful way to study the universe, revealing hidden processes that might otherwise remain unnoticed and helping us better understand the dynamic nature of our solar system. What planetary sounds reveal? These converted sounds help scientists study magnetic fields, solar storms, atmospheric activity, and the internal behavior of planets, providing valuable clues about how these worlds function. The strange sounds produced from planetary data are far more than fascinating audio recordings. They are valuable scientific tools that help researchers understand how different worlds behave. Every converted signal contains information about a planet's magnetic field, atmosphere, radiation environment, and interaction with the solar wind. By studying the patterns, intensity, and frequency of these signals, scientists can detect changes that might otherwise remain invisible. For example, powerful radio emissions from Jupiter reveal the strength of its enormous magnetic field and show how charged particles move around the planet. Similar observations around Saturn provide clues about its auroras, ring system, and magnetosphere. On Mars, atmospheric measurements help researchers understand wind patterns, dust activity, and seasonal changes. These observations also help engineers prepare future robotic missions and, eventually, human exploration. Even Earth's magnetic environment is constantly monitored because disturbances caused by solar storms can affect satellites, communication systems, navigation, and power grids. Converting scientific data into sound allows researchers to recognize repeating patterns and unusual events more easily, adding another layer of analysis alongside graphs and images. Every eerie whistle, deep hum, or crackling pulse represents real, physical processes taking place millions of kilometers away. These remarkable sounds remind us that planets are active worlds, constantly shaped by powerful natural forces that continue to reveal new secrets about our solar system and the universe beyond.